Hello and welcome to Fools HQ. First time in 2025.
Hello.
This has been a fucking chore. So,
Straight in there with the F-bombs. The big old F-bomb.
that
Dropped on
monetization
everyone's
we
face.
don't get is now knackered.
Well, definitely not getting no.
Yanni's in New Zealand. He's given us some of his precious time. So we're here.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
going to talk about
No,
Sam
it's
Fender.
fun, there's going to be more.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Sam Fender because he has released a few new tracks for the upcoming album, which is called Liam.
People watching.
People Watching. This latest track is called Arm's Length. And I think between us, we have some differing opinions. So we'll start with the positive, and I'll pass it over to you boys.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to go to you first, boy.
wow. Okay, to me first. It's going to take a while to get down here. I hope you boys realise that. 13 hours and all that.
No, I don't get it.
No, so far all the songs he's released off of this album I've enjoyed, but this one we heard I think for the first time live when we saw him whenever that was, in December, was it?
Yeah. Well, we heard it before it was released. That's a fact.
Yes, and I know that I liked it when we saw it. Completely forgot about it, and then it was released, and you know what? I bloody love this song. So good. It gets stuck in my head daily.
It's an earworm.
All the little guitar parts going. Yeah, it's so in my ears like a worm. All the little guitar parts that go on. It's so nice. It's giving me my fill of sort of War on Drugs / Sam Fender, all blended into one. And I wonder how that's happened.
It's a mystery to all. I really do hope, based off the offering we've had so far, it's feeling pretty drugsy. It's very evident, and I'm hoping that really does continue for the rest of the album. This song for me, I really like it. It's very pleasant. It's just not. I'm just not as hooked by it as the other ones. I think it's just a bit too simple, but it's like absolutely fine. I enjoy listening to it. It's just not one I think I'd put on myself. But I always sing along to the chorus. It sounds great. What's her name? Is it Holly? The lady who's singing with him?
Is it Holly Humberstone?
No, it's not. Her name isn't Holly. I think that's why I've got it mixed up. This is bad, isn't it?
Again there, Carl.
I can't remember what the name is. The girl, she's on the whole album. She's been touring with him. Apologies, I've forgotten names. Completely blank. But her voice is great on this. I believe I'm sure I heard a story where she pushed for it to be on the album. I think it was this song. Just off being a fan. So I'm glad she did, and her voice comes across very well on it. But yeah, as I say, it's just not quite.
Yeah.
It's just not a big one for me.
Is it Brooke?
Oh, Brooke
No.
Bentham.
Yeah, Brooke Bentham. Yes, it is Brooke Bentham.
Yeah.
Thanks,
See,
guys.
I'm doing
Got
some
there in the end.
research here. Oh, just because you mentioned it, I want to just counteract the point you made there before you pipe up, Carl.
Please just fucking ping it back.
Yeah,
Counteract all you want.
People Watching has become my least favourite of the new songs.
Okay.
This is a second. This Arm's Length is second. Wild Don't Lie, I think, is one of my favourite Sam Fender songs.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
But I just wanted to, get it in there. So we've got a difference of opinions there.
No, we
Speaking
love
of which, Cal.
Yeah. Well, I think I've reached a point in my Sam Fender career span where I might have my notice in because nothing
You
is
said this
exciting
on the
me.
last album.
Yeah, and I maintain I can't remember the last time I put Sam Fender
You've
on.
got no soul. That's the issue.
No, I don't think any of these songs have any soul.
Wow.
I am mightily
hell.
bored every time I listen to Sam Fender these days.
Jesus.
Even Karis put some on in the car the other day, and I just wasn't even enjoying any of the old ones. What I will say, Me and the Dog, that is a great tune.
Yes.
That's a B-side. I'll concede. That is a great song. It's not on the album. So that's a little dong goof. I don't know. It just kind of feels like, I know this is going to sound stupid, but it feels like he's a fan of the war on drugs and he's working with the lead singer of the war on
Alan
drugs.
Grande Celia.
Yeah. And it's just there's just no soul. It's just, I don't know. It just feels churned out, and it doesn't feel like.
I mean, I don't think like. Sorry to cut across you, but I am.
fine. I was
As
struggling.
much as
Yeah.
like I'm kind of like I'm a bit over people watching as a song. I still enjoy it. But like that feels very just Sam Fender. There's sounds that are very War and Drugs, sure, but that's a very Sam Fender song to me.
That's another thing as well.
No,
I liken it to.
I would disagree with that.
I
Wait.
liken it to Catfish and the Bottlemen.
Oh God, no.
Because no,
Please don't.
because
Fucking no.
no,
Please don't do that.
because Sam Fender is now headlining festivals. Catfish and the Bottlemen were headlining festivals going into their third album. Their third album was pretty much identical sonically to the first two. These singles suggest that there's not going to be a departure from album 1 and album 2. I know there was slight evolution, but this
Have
feels
you gone back
very
and listened
similar.
to album 1 though?
Yes, I'm not saying
It's
Have
such
have you
an
listened to
inconsistent
these
album.
songs, Cal?
what, Yanni.
Have
Sorry?
you listened to any of these songs, Cal? I just need
Have
to
you
know
got
that,
Yes.
ears?
first
Are
and
your
foremost.
ears still on the side of your head?
You can't tell me this is an evolution.
It is.
It's not.
It doesn't.
Is
It's
The
not.
second album sounded like its own thing. We can all agree on that. It's quite a coherent album. None of these songs sound like the second album, and the first album was quite incoherent, quite inconsistent. So yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm not necessarily pushing for it as a positive evolution. There is an evolution though. There's a change, for sure.
I would definitely
know.
say there's an evolution. I would say I'm leaning more towards the fact that it's a slight one, but
Sure.
there definitely is an evolution there.
I just feel
Um,
like everything is becoming formulaic. Nothing is exciting. You can just imagine what a Sam Fender song is gonna sound like. And you know, there's only been 3 songs released from this album. I might be proved wrong, but I'm worried. And
I
that's
think-
fine because
I
I've not
think-
pre-ordered it 7 times.
I think Arm's Length is the most formulaic song he's released. No, that's not to question the quality. I just feel like that's the most basic song of the 3 so far. I mean, it definitely is. It's a lovely song, but it definitely is the most basic. People Watching is pretty much the same, but I feel like it's got a little bit more to it. Wild Long Lie is not at all. So I just don't think you can make the statement that it's all formulaic just because it sounds like old Sam Fender when it also doesn't sound like an old Sam Fender. Like the actual the sound of the instruments and stuff all sounds very different. And I think like the approach to songwriting seems to be from a completely different like point of view. And maybe that's because he's getting bigger, so it's a kind of, it seems like a more a wide angle view maybe. But
Mm.
I think you
I
just chat
dunno.
shit, Cal. You chat shit.
I do want to go back to a point you said before, Liam, about People Watching not having elements of War on Drugs, but sounding very Sam Fender. I would completely disagree with that because
I
there's
think
a
it sounds.
very
Sorry.
Better watch it, mate.
Please.
Better fucking watch it.
Please.
It sounds so much like, is it Harmonious Dream? Is that the name of the song off the War on Drugs
Musically,
album?
it sounds
Mm.
very War on Drugs. But I mean, the song that's been written is very Sam Fender. So it's a very strong meeting of the two, for sure. But I don't feel like he's just gone and done, like Callum's kind of was making the point that he's doing these songs with war and drugs, and that's kind of the whole influence. But this feels like a song that easily could have been on the last album. It would have sounded different for sure, no doubt about that.
Mm.
But it doesn't feel that
definitely.
much of a departure in terms of songwriting and just general structure and stuff.
I just don't know why I'm just not clicking with it.
Because you're a miserable
I don't know
bastard.
either,
It's not because it's not
Yeah,
because
that
I'm
is
a
true.
miserable bastard. Because I enjoy War on Drugs. I have enjoyed Sam Fender in the past. Like I enjoyed the second album when that came out. I've just completely, I don't know. I've just completely changed. I don't know if it's because.
You've been burnt one too many times, Carl. We get it. It's easier to be cynical than to be let
No,
down.
I don't know if it's that.
Once bitten, all that.
Yeah, I just think it. I don't know. It doesn't feel as genuine as it was.
I mean, it's probably
Sorry
not
you feel that
in
way.
a sense. You
Yeah,
know?
well, you're
It's-
right. It probably isn't, and that's fine.
In the sense, like the first album was very personal, and there was definitely moments of that on the second album. Well, many moments of that on the second album. This album undoubtedly is going to have less of those moments,
Yeah.
unless the man's just
But
fucking.
that's just what happens. That's
Yeah.
just what happens with any artist, really. So
Yeah. I also don't
I feel like
want to support him because
Oh,
he did a song
okay.
with Noah Khan.
He's not
okay,
bad
well,
on that,
you
though.
should have led with that. You should have led with that, mate.
I do think when he's released Wild Long Lie, and I know it's annoyingly a B-side or whatever you want to class it as, but Me and the Dog,
That is a great tune.
he's in the this era for him now isn't lacking, so
No.
far from what we've seen. So I've only got optimism really for moving forward. I'm also cynical because it could just be another 7 songs that are shite, but when he's producing Wild Long Lie and Me and the Dog in particular, then I'm comfortable that there's still some magic in there. And I can't believe Me and the Dog is only going to be on the album. I saw that the album's supposed to be called Me and the Dog at one point, or it was going to be called Me and the Dog at one point. And I just don't understand the logic of it at one point being so big the album's named after it, to then it not even being on the album.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
have
big
to
kahuna.
fucking try and get the record store day release.
Yeah. Well, that's been our thoughts on Arm's Length by our boy Sam Fender. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe. Ding that bell for more, because there will be videos coming up, hopefully regularly now.
Well, this album's out a week on Friday, so
we will be talking about
not long to wait.
And leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the track, and if you're excited about the new album as well.
Please
and also,
do.
if you just think Cal's a bit of a weirdo,
just tell him straight to his face.
It's fair, isn't it? Even if it's not about this album, just let me know. What can I improve on? 2025 is all about self-improvement.
Callum, please share your address for any visitors / postal recommendations of getting a life.
Yeah, it's 46. That's
That way. Whoa.
Hey.
Hey. Someone's
People
going to
can go through every 46 house in the UK.
I told you guys we got egged.
No. Oh, well, this is a nice little treat.
Oh, yeah, if anyone's still around. One singular egg.
Viewers.
One singular egg.
one egg.
One egg. Which wasn't...
Which window?
Not a window. The wall, which is
Oh.
now stained yolk colour because we've got
Yeah,
white
I'd say
render.
that's annoying.
Yo,
And like... right, let's end it there.
That's fantastic.
Goodbye.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Yeah, excellent.
Goodbye.